Welcome to the Can Wide Podcast, where we open cans of wine and talk about it. We are in Season 3, Episode 24, our 95th podcast in a row. And we haven't traveled very far this week as we open another gold medal award-winning wine from Italy. So we are still bringing you the world in a can, but we're bringing you a little bit more of Italy. And that's not surprising because it's one of the world's great wine growing regions. Now, before we get into our can of the week, we have to talk about our wine nerd word of the week. And it's a really good one this week. Typicity. Typicity. What is typicity? Well, it's a tasting term that describes how well a wine expresses the characteristics of the variety of grapes that it is made from. And if you remember last week, we discussed the wines that are used to make Prosecco, and they have a very characteristic acidity. So if you had a wine that was made from that, what was the name of that grape again? The Nira grape? Nira, something like that. If you had one that was made from that, it would express a certain typicity if it had that characteristic acidity. Well, that was a long explanation of a fairly simple term. And our can of the week, the 200 milliliter My Wine Bevi Italiano sparkling white wine, 10.5%, gluten-free and vegan-friendly. Now the winemaker, a little bit hard to find any information on this because it's not commercially available in America per se. It's Danelli Vina Spa, and they were founded in 1915. So it's an old school Italian grape and wine producer. The vineyards are between the provinces of Modena and Reggio Emilia. And this was a gold medal in the sparkling white category in the 2024 International Canned Wine Competition in Modena County, California. Now, this winemaker is known for their Lambrusco, which was a favorite of the Italian opera singer Pavarotti. It was said that he always would have their Lambrusco with his lunch. Now, it was a gold medal winner in the first and original International Canned Wine Competition in Mendocino County, and that's how we got a hold of it. It was part of a package of gold medal wines that they forwarded to us as a sponsor of that. So we're very excited to open it and try it. And it is made with our old friend, the Glera grape, the grape formerly known as the Prosecco grape, which was changed to allow Prosecco to be used as a regional viticulture area, kind of like the way Champagne can only be called Champagne if it's in the Champagne area. So that explanation of that. So what do we do here at the Canned Wine Podcast? Well, we open cans of wine and talk about it. So without any further ado, let's do just that, and we'll open this. It is a 200 milliliter container, so it's a little bit small. It would take three and a quarter of one of these to make a bottle, or maybe a little bit more than that, because a bottle of wine is 750 milliliters, and these are 200, so that's six. Yeah, one of these and 3/4. So without any further ado, very nice carbonation on this. Has a pale color. I would say green apple, Pear, peach, I smell all of that. What would you pair this with? Well, one of the recommendations would be something like an oyster or cured meat. Again, the fats in that type of a pairing would go well with the characteristic acidity of this. So it expresses a certain amount of typicity, which is our word of the week, and this one certainly does. It does smell much like other Proseccos that we have tried. So our shout out for this week goes out to Sean and his crew, who are enjoying some canned wine in Florida. Good to see that. Thank you for the picture, and next time I see you, I will definitely hook you up with some swag, which we're always happy to do. And that's that. Also, I wanted to mention something that really moved me. I watched the Fire Aid concert on TV, I guess would be the way to do it. I think it was on Netflix. But wow, the devastation was extreme there. So for the next few weeks, if anybody wants a canned wine hat, go to eBay, where they're listed. Just search for the Canned Wine Podcast, and you'll see our swag there. Find it, buy it, and I will take all of the money and the shipping. Like if it costs you $15 to buy it and $6 to ship it, I'll take all of that money and I'll make a donation in your name. I'll donate not just the profits, because there's no profit on these things. I'll donate all the money to the Fire Aid cause. We have a website there. I may put a link up with this, and you can go make your own donation. But if you buy any swag from me for the next few weeks, I'll donate the price you pay for it and the shipping. I'll donate all of that money, and you're going to end up with your swag, but the money will go directly to the Fire Aid thing. So we just feel really bad, and I know that there are a lot of people in the wine industry that are out there. Nomatica, for one, that girl lost everything. So we'll give some money, and hopefully California can rebuild. And it was great to see people coming together. I know Atlantis Morissette was there, and she did a great show. Joni Mitchell was there, sitting in her throne, and she did a pretty good show. And I was a bit surprised to see Sir Rod Stewart, who also put on a very good show. So not to mention it was Stephen Stills, I think, was there, and one of his cohorts. So they had young and old, they had everybody, not to mention Flea doing handstands. So if you get a chance, I think you can watch it and you'll enjoy the concert and help these people out. They literally have lost everything. But this is a Canned Wine podcast, so we need to wrap things up. And our head scratcher for this week is the Glera grape was formerly known as Prosecco grape. That was the answer from last week. Thank you for those that answered. Much appreciated. And of course, Prosecco is now a domain for a regional growth domain like Champagne. So now, what our contest for this week, and you can win swag for free if you want. What is the date for the 2025 International Canned Wine Competition? You may have to source that out and find it, because it has been published. That's in Mendocino County, California, the original one. And if you are the first person to answer that, you will get some swag sent to you. So in closing, thank you for tuning into the Canned Wine Podcast, where we open cans of wine and talk about it. Remember to enjoy responsibly, and just because it comes in a can doesn't mean you can drink and drive. The Canned Wine Podcast is a Center Stage production. All rights reserved.